3 retired U.S. generals are warning of a possible insurrection in 2024 through political violence from within the military the next time around. Writing in a new opinion piece this, in part, quote, "We are chilled to our bones at the thought of a coup succeeding next time." Joining me right now is one of those generals sounding the alarm here, retired Brigadier General Stephen Anderson. He served in the Army for 31 years. General, thank you for being here tonight. You paint a frightening image of a threat not only of another coup attempt, but one involving military members. What makes you so concerned about a potential military breakdown next time?
Well, we're extremely concerned about what's going on within the ranks of the military. First, I want you to understand that I'm very uncomfortable talking like this. I've been raised in the Army for 31 years to be apolitical, to not get involved in such matters. I'm a conservative Republican, but no more, because the Republic.
We have reconnected with retired Brigadier General Stephen Anderson. Thank you so much, General. You were saying this is not a position that you are comfortable with, speaking out so publicly. So why are you so concerned, though, to do so of another possible coup attempt, an insurrection, and next time it coming from within the U.S. military?
Well, I swore an oath 43 years ago to support and defend the Constitution against all enemies, be they foreign or domestic. I never thought I'd have to worry much about the domestic threat, but we do now. My co-authors, Paul Eaton and Tony Taguba, and our friends at Vote Vets, we're incredibly concerned. When you see all the signs that are out there, you have people like Lieutenant General Mike Flynn, a guy with whom I served in Iraq, who's advocating a coup after the election. We have 124 leaders that signed a letter believing the big lie, advocating the big lie that Donald Trump has told about the election results. Evidently, they look at the pillow guy as the authoritative source on election fraud. We have a Brigadier General out in Oklahoma, the National Guard of Oklahoma, who's refusing federal mandates. It says that he works for the state and not the federal government. Somebody needs to remind him he works for the National Guard. And then we got all kinds of commanders and soldiers out there that are refusing to take their shots. They line up to take yellow fever, they line up to take anthrax, but COVID has somehow been politicized. So to me, that shows the weaknesses we have within our military to be consumed by political thoughts and ideations instead of thinking about our country. We love our country. We need to prepare now for the next coup. And that's why we wrote the article, and that's why we're incredibly worried.
You write in the article that with the country still as divided as ever, we must take steps to prepare for the worst. What's the single most important thing that needs to happen?
The most important thing is accountability. We need to account for all the people, all the insurrectionists that participated, and a lot of them are being brought to justice. But we haven't accounted for the leaders, the people out there, the Josh Hawleys, the Donald Trumps, the people that fanned the flames of insurrection and then stood back and acted surprised when it happened. You have people like Lindsey Graham, a great American that I served with in Iraq twice, who has somehow lost his mind and decided and believes this big lie. We've got to hold people accountable. But the other thing that we advocate in our op-ed is that we need to educate soldiers and sailors and airmen and Marines on Civics 101. You need to understand the difference between allegiance to the Constitution and allegiance to a cult-like figure like Donald Trump. We cannot let that happen. We sign an oath to the Constitution, not to a person. We need to gather intelligence about the people within our midst. We need to find out the next generation of insurrectionists out there, and we need to get them out of the Army. And I believe the military took a step in that direction today with this new policy in which they're making it very difficult to become an active member in an extreme group, which is really good. And the final thing I would say is strategic planning and wargaming. We need to think now. We need to imagine the unimaginable. A year ago, if somebody told me that on the 6th of January, we'd have thousands of Americans storming the Capitol, I would have said that's ridiculous. It's unimaginable. Well, we need to think about 2024 now. There are things out there that could happen, cybersecurity and other threats. We've got to start thinking about it now and taking action.
General Anderson, thank you so much for coming on tonight.
Delightful to be here with you, Kate.
Thank you so much.